Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, your weekly gaming podcast, episode 125, Game of the Year 2021, aka the Poncies. With me, George, and this week joined by Tom. Jeff Keighley's Game Awards to my Jeff Capes Budgie competition. How's it going?
I'm okay, mate. Thank you. Bit less stress than last week. How are you?
More stressed. Legal ramifications left, right, and Chelsea. Your co-host not very inclusive, wave of people leaving Instagram, Twitter, a lot, trying to find all people clamouring to find out what your address is online. Some people also clamouring for your physical address because they've got some opinions they want to express to you firsthand. And apparently if you had an opinion, they would come to your house if they were strong enough. They should tell you to your face.
Yeah.
Rather than putting it online. That's how they used to do it. That's how they used to do it back in the day, apparently. And these people want to come and settle it with you the old school fisticuffs way. I said no issues, so I told them West Wing of Ponsonbury Manor. I've arranged a rough sawdust Queensbury Rules area for you to take on. So far, the 10,000 irate people I've had personally messaging us and Lionel, God rest his soul, but the law firm still continues, Lionel's Law. You have a right to return, obviously. Do you have anything to say?
No, my work here is done, obviously.
Shamefaced, listeners. Anyway, I believe that's as close to an apology as you'll get out the second in line to the... it's all starting to appear pretty obvious to me now. Second in line to the Earldom wants to get me in danger so he can sneak
Absolutely.
in. Well, let me tell you, sunshine.
I'm not Tom. That's Tom over there. He's just sat sipping a brandy by the fire. Go deal with him. Once you're out the way, I assume my position at the top of the... Like cream, mate.
I have an heir.
Like cream, rise to the top.
I have a secret heir. I have an heir and a spare, just to make sure.
All right.
You can't come in.
You ever seen Game of Thrones?
Don't you worry about it. Right, anyway, enough of this drama, strange law, whatever. You came here for video games. You probably didn't come here for video games. What did you come here for? I have absolutely, at this point, no idea. It's a high watermark of quality, as indicated by the rabid fan base. I joke, it is pretty rapid. Rabid. Rapid and rabid. And no doubt we'll be celebrating them as we edge towards the Poncies, because this week, Tom, it's the Poncies. Did you know the third... No.
I'm just putting me out backwards like he does in Any Which Way But Loose.
You're the monkey?
No, he's mate. I don't know,
right.
it's his brother-in-law.
I wanted you to be the monkey for this story.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the Poncies, the Ninth Duke in the early 1920s, was very big on the black and white movie scene. And originally the Oscars was actually called the Poncies. And he passed away, and the next Earl wasn't that involved, so he kind of sold the rights. He ended up getting called Oscars. It's a bit
Hollywood,
money.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but
Corrupt.
that's actually a carving of him.
Ah.
Yeah, in some casting studio.
He's a strange-looking fellow, isn't he?
Well, make of it what you will. So, before we get into the self-indulgence and the celebration as we decide what the game of the year is, both ours and the community's, but also some news, also some new releases. But first of all, Tom, what have you been playing?
This week I've been playing Kenner Bridge of Spirits, which I'm probably about halfway through.
I'm playing Kenner Bridge of Spirit.
Oh, you got it as well, did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
I'll get your thoughts on that in a moment.
Okay.
And also, Battlefield I'm persevering with. I haven't returned it. Still might do. The portal mode's quite good. You get 2 maps from Battlefield 3, Battlefield 1942, one of the other Battlefields, Bad Company, I think. These are just tasters of what's actually achievable in the portal mode, so you can mix and match these. The 1942 one was quite enjoyable. It's Battle of the Bulge. And then there's also...
Kick their asses back to the fatherland.
Yeah, that was a bit more like it on there. Whereas this modern... The game you're actually buying, 2042, the maps are just bland rubbish. Like, there's no jungle anymore in the future. There's no... Well, there probably won't be. just the way they do it and the way they lay it out, it's just fighting in a desert fighting in a city in the middle of a desert covered by solar panels, and there's electric cars and all this other nonsense. It's like, if this is the future, shoot me now. Like, it's so bland and boring, and just, yeah, I'm not overly fussed about the game, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
It just, when they did the first trailer for it, and I was like, wow, it really looks like they're going all in on new next-gen consoles and high-end PCs, and they're going to make this really good. And you play it and you're like, this is the same old SHI.
Last week I was also contacted by EA. They said, if you're not that bothered with it, it's okay. They don't really mind. You can send it back and they'll give you a refund. They don't want you representing their community.
Their community. Oh.
They also wondered, would it help if they added an operator that was sort of tango down, going dark, beard, camo paint, night vision goggles, dressed all in black, selection of MP5 sort of loadout sort of thing. And they were going to call him the Tom.
They can do no more other than come to the door and beg forgiveness.
Would that pull you back in?
Of EA, no.
The Chuck Norris?
It was so close to getting returned.
Macho Man Randy Machine Gun? What do you want to call
Macho Man Randy Machine Gun.
What do you want to call this guy?
That's quite good. I
yeah,
like
okay, that's what we'll call him.
Macho Man Randy Machine Gun.
Yeah. Well, so that's it. That's what you draw a line under. That's your playing.
Yeah, I think that's it. Been enjoying Kenner. I think it's quite a good game.
Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's just...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I shall ask myself, because you never asked me. I'll tell you what I've been playing. So I finished the Hawkeye Avengers DLC, and that was average at best. So I'm kind of done with the whole Avengers thing now. I really wanted to get it done so I could play...
the Hawkeye Avenger mission to go with the Hawkeye new program.
Not at all. In fact, if anything, after I finished the Hawkeye levels on Avengers, I was about done with the series. So, there you go. I have seen the series infinitely better than the game, or I've seen the 2 episodes so far. And that kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. I got to the Black Panther Wakanda bit, and I was so burnt that I was just done. I was like, I've worked through all that other DLC to get to this, and I'm done.
This is what happens when you play mediocre games.
In between then and now, it was announced that the Spider-Man, which I thought would be getting his own story missions like Black Panther and even Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, no. He's just been added as a character into the game. Nothing extra at all. So now I'm at the point where, I wanted a game that I could just munch through, some grind that was fun, a little bit of something nice to look at. That's done. I'm done with it. Absolute toast. It's coming off. That's deleting. Kenner Bridge of Spirits. I was in Sleaford, a local market town, and they've got the shop behind the Costa, the post office, but they have games in.
Yeah, near Sainsbury's. Sort of.
It's moved closer. It's right behind Costa now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's been done out a little bit, but they've always got different headsets, brand new controllers, all the genuine gear, DualSense, all that, good price, different colour controllers, all sorts of different games, sometimes more than others, but they had Kenner for the same price as Amazon.
What, physical? That only came out literally last week.
That's what I'm talking about. I've bought many games from there.
Place.
Yeah, you should. Anyway, I was walking through and I thought, what's the chances that's there? What's the chances?
Shall we give them a little plug? They're an independent little business. Can you remember the name?
No.
Okay, we'll
Sleaford,
that.
find Costa, biggest landmark in the town. Behind that, you'll find the post office, stroke, gamer place. Sell all like Warhammer tat as well, all that sort of ramble if you're into Marvels and Marvel merch, DC merch, anything like that you can imagine. Physical Xbox games, Switch games, the whole bag of tricks.
Do they trade?
They do trade. They must trade because second-hand games are in there. So yeah, they do trade. So we've got to look after these places.
Don't give your money to Bezos. Give it to this place.
Don't give it to the Ray. Give it to this place.
Yeah.
The unknown entity. Anyway, so I thought, what's the chances? Do you know what? I'm going to support him. I'll buy it. Got it home. Played up to the bit where you get the first mask. You go through. 2 little jobbies. They're like, oh, our brother. I'm like, oh, really? Do you know, maybe when I was 19, I could convince myself to care about this sort of play school drivel on N64 and justify it as like that's how games are, and it great, wonderful family-based storytelling. It's great. It's like living in a Pixar movie. Do you know what? The graphics are great. Do I care about the two little creatures? No. Do I care about the mask? No. Do I care about the troubled chief that turns up and spins around, puts red things, which blatantly enemy around him? No. Do I care about the little creatures? Not really. What can I do with them? Sleep. Not actually sleep with them. No.
Yeah.
You can stroke them, and it's a very simple. It's, to be fair, it's probably got the depth of you sitting with the bridge baby in Death Stranding, but maybe not quite. The game, fun to play. I'm tapping L1, heavy attack, barely useful at all unless you're facing something with a shield. So far, not been that challenged. I'm hoping around the corner is something that says this.
When you get to the bosses, they are challenging.
Was a first worthwhile game.
There was a lot of like moaning when the game originally came out that it just has this ridiculous difficulty spike, considering how the game, when you first play it, like you talked about, is almost geared up for teenagers and probably a little bit younger even. And then all of a sudden it has this difficulty spike. Don't get me wrong, it's not ridiculously unfair.
What would you class as the first boss? This thing that I'm facing now, this guy, Cretin's brother.
Is that where the brother is it like inside the boss?
I think so, yeah.
Like a wolf.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you like video games, podcasts, and reminiscing? I'm actor, video game writer, and total sweetie pie Connor Savage McCabe, and on each episode of Call Me By Your Game, I sit down with a guest for an intimate look at a special game from their past. Did you and your dad beat Spyro the Dragon over the holidays? Or was Halo 4 the one thing that united your roommates during your senior year of college? Stories like these are what Call Me By Your Game is about. From video game content creator Janet Garcia to Hades voice actor Courtney Vinay's, I interview wonderful comedians and game industry friends about these memories. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts, and maybe someday you'll call me by your game.
I don't know if I've quite got to that bit then. I'm just clearing out some more. I followed this creature and it was, oh, it's in here, and it took me to like a bit of a dead end.
Have you got the second weapon yet?
Is that the shooty thingy?
The bow?
No.
No, then.
Because I did bypass the two little chiefies and went straight to talk to this old guy.
You can't really go wrong on it in terms of it's quite linear. You're not going to have missed anything.
Okay, so anyway, then I had to go away, so I didn't get to play anymore. But for the most part, the graphics are good. Did think that it was a little bit... I know last week I said I wanted a hall of mirrors where you could just walk down and it was simple, but we'll see.
I agree with most of what you've said about it's difficult to care for what is going on in the game. It's very, very N64 era, isn't it?
Yeah.
You almost think if you do one of those where they age it, or what they call do it in N64 or PS1 graphics.
Yeah,
it would just feel like a game from that era.
Yeah, it would. I was thinking that as I was playing.
I don't want to take away from the developers because they've, for a little studio, they've done an amazing job.
Listen, that's what I would say. It looks amazing. It feels AAA considering.
Yeah.
I think maybe some of the menus could do with being sort of just cleaned up a little bit. I never found navigation of the game and the controls. It's not been that intuitive to this point, but we'll see what comes out in the long haul. But yeah, hoping to be surprised is what I would say.
I think it's going to be more of the same. I'm not that much further ahead. I've got to the second area, like the second part of the... I think I bought Battlefield and I bought Kenner, and I just haven't had that urge to like just turn them on and just be like getting up early in the morning at a weekend, or
Guardians
literally taking every spare bit of time you've got, if you can, just get an hour on it. And
when PS5 launched, Spider-Man had me feeling like that, a little bit Assassin's Creed, but that waned very quickly and I was pretty burnt out. 2021 was the year of the Creed. Or 2020 was the year of the Creed. But Guardians got me feeling like that, so I'm looking forward to see what you say about that.
Yeah, I think I'm pleased I've managed to resist temptation. To be fair, I got it bought for Christmas, so I managed to get it at a good price. It was £36 on Black Friday, physical edition, which is good. Just a standard one.
Bought it for yourself too, Tom. Lots of love, Tom.
Of course,
fact, you are the
yeah.
best, Tom.
I only listen to
Lots
shows
of
that
love,
have me
future
in.
Tom. Jealous of the feelings you're giving future Tom, past Tom.
Yeah.
Little argument with yourself on the...
Time travel love triangle. Yeah, we'll get to like the review of the year, but it's a bit of a quiet one this Christmas, isn't it? Or this winter, like October onwards, has been a little bit steady.
What was I going to say? Oh, one more game I've been playing, Chase the Horizon Express, or Express Chase the Horizon. It's like a little 2D stroke 3D into the screen driving game based on like Outrun, but it's been redone. And it's very, very good. Very, very good. Got the music from the guy who did Top Gear music on the SNES. And the game feels nice. It's just one of those, I'll have another goes. I think it's on the Vita as well, so I'm going to download it on there and have them running concurrently. And that, I would say, would draw a line. So it's time for the news to scour the very darkest regions of the internet to bring you the latest stories. First up, cloudy times. We've been starved for announcements in recent days, but it looks like Xbox is gearing up for something xCloud related this week. Windows Central reporter Jez Corden, who has revealed plenty of insider information in the past, advised that Microsoft has some intriguing news to share on Xbox Cloud Gaming over the next few days.
I don't know what that could be. I thought they'd got all that sort of covered and explained well enough what it is, and what could they add to it, really?
Well, I don't know, but
I think there was rumours.
more games?
Maybe. There was rumours of a PlayStation patent of a mobile phone controller from Sony. So I'm wondering whether Xbox might be doing a similar sort of thing. Like a clip-on one, rather than, obviously, we know you can just sync your controller to whatever you're playing on.
An official cloud grip.
Yeah, something like that would be quite cool.
Or a Bluetooth controller that would fit your phone in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be quite nice.
That's their answer to the Switch. Could well be the answer to the Switch, I suppose.
I think that's the next logical step. Like, I know Call of Duty Mobile has had some massive numbers on this year. Mobile gaming's a rare one, really, still. It's not fully fledged. I don't think it will be for a long time. But
play Candy Crush on my phone. I'm a gamer. Get back.
offended.
You're offended.
I'm offended you're offended by that.
Okay. If Tom wishes hard enough, maybe it will come true. The Game Awards is just around the corner. No one's bothered about the Game Awards. The only awards they care about, Tom, are the Poncies. Mark my words. Keely's going to be like, he's going to open the doors and no one's going to be there, okay, because they're all parted out, because they're still at Ponsonbury Manor enjoying the Poncies. I would say we're surrounded by the great and the good, but no one came.
It's
COVID.
Yeah.
They were going to come, changes, the Unicron virus, summon out as Transformers, I don't even know. If Tom wishes hard enough, maybe it will come true. Game Awards just around the corner. A number of Nintendo titles across the multiple categories are in the running to win awards. Perhaps a highlight the lot is Metroid Dread, which is up for Game of the Year. The show isn't just about awards, though, it's about the announcements. And once again, host and organiser Jeff Keighley is drumming up excitement on social media about what's to come. In his latest post on Twitter, he teases a world premiere the team has been working on with a developer for 2.5 years. We don't do leaks and we don't do rumours, but a number of Zelda fans have noted how the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was announced around 2.5 years ago. While some have their doubts it would be this game, as it's titled World Premiere. It's also been noted how the Game Awards has done world premieres for games that have already been shown before. And keep in mind, there's no official title for this new Zelda game. Early this year, Nintendo themselves even said it was holding back on the name to avoid revealing too much, and told fans to, I quote, stay tuned. What do you make of that, Tom? You can't comment because it's a leak and a rumour.
I mean, I think the fans are putting a lot into that comment. Probably take it with a big grain of salt because it's a big game to show. They have got good history at the Game Awards. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild DLC, the original. I'm not talking about that Hyrule Warriors spin-off thing. The actual game, the DLC got premiered at Game Awards. I remember it when they showed like the motorbike and stuff like that, which was pretty good. They usually have a big Nintendo announcement at the Game Awards, so I think there's quite a good chance it would line up with getting the preview in there or one more trailer before next year.
Based on their attitude so far, I feel it's going to be the 1980s Donkey Kong arcade remaster, available from now until available from the 12th to the 15th of December, physical only, grab it while it's hot sort of job.
Who knows, knowing them at the minute. They are an enigma of nonsense, aren't they?
They are.
I'd love to see that if we get one more trailer before the end of the year, and hopefully even a vague release date of like, I don't know, Q1, Q2. They don't usually do that, but if it's nearly ready, they could release it like 5 years exactly after Breath of the Wild 1 and release it in March. But
I don't think they're going to be bringing anything out Zelda until they get the new console. That's normally what they do, isn't it?
It is the anniversary this year, though, so I feel like
they're going to promise you everything, including the moon on the stick. They're probably going to bring out about a 30-second YouTube video to commemorate.
It'll more than likely be Twilight Princess and Wind Waker remakes on the Switch of like just the HD ones we got on the Wii U, because they haven't got those on there. I feel like that's probably what they'll do, because then on the Switch you'll be able to play pretty much everything in the Zelda series. Because you can play the SNES one on the SNES online. You can play the N64 ones online. You can play Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, and then if they release those
is
other
Zelda to this point, is it an overly flogged horse?
I wouldn't. No, I'd say not. If you're talking main entries, because there's such a big gap between each one that there's not really that many when you compare it. Flogged horses, FIFA, Call of Duty, yearly updates. They're a flogged horse.
I know, but over the period of time, there's only so many different variations of little green.
I always think they really changed it a lot for Breath of the Wild, and they did it a lot of good. They could change it even more. We've always said we'd love to see a futuristic one with him on like the Master Cycle and have it as we envisioned, like a sort of Blade Runner-esque.
Their version of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, something like that would be great. There's so much they can do with it.
Too much hyperbole.
Yes.
Tell the fans how they might get in touch with us. Tell us our opinions count for naught. How the Battlefield community is clubbed together on Twitter, and they're going to send you a postal mail just so you understand their feelings. Or maybe we missed a massive piece of news this week, so big that it's going to get an airship named after it.
Well, you can reach us on Twitter, Instagram by a direct message. You can also email us at questions@unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com, the one everybody uses. And also you can come and join the Discord.
Brilliant work, Tom. Talking of the Discord, it's this hungry fan base that's enabled us to do the aforementioned awards night. Me and Tom sat here. If we'd televised this, would it be sat around a crackling fire, a couple of glasses of something short and potentially brown with liquid there.
Cigars.
It's PG. I don't know if we're allowed cigars.
I think we're allowed cigars.
Groucho marked comedy cigars, just for the look.
Okay.
Iced tea in both glasses, but not much. So it looks like spirits, but it isn't. I'm just setting the scene. Me and you sat around a fire discussing Game of the Year, like two sort of aged veteran reviewers, maybe of the movie scene, something like that. Here, I'm wearing a bow tie.
I've gone for a roll neck sweater with a blazer.
That's what I was going to
Full
wear.
partridge.
Annoying that you've taken that from me.
I also don the Ponsonbury coat of arms on the pocket.
Only staff are allowed to wear that. I'm never allowed to wear my own crest.
No, it's true.
So well done for coming as as lead member of staff. What? I want to kick things to you. You want a discussion? Let's have a discussion. Then we're going to award mine and yours game, almost the critic's choice. Okay? So you hit me with the nominations.
The PlayStation Game of the Year.
No, calm down. That's not. I tell you what. Put
For our
monkey.
Game of the Year.
Put monkey in front of screen. Monkey read. Okay. Monkey not time read. Monkey sit. Monkey talk to me. Okay. Monkey talk to me. Game of Year discussion award. Your choice in your brain, monkey. Monkey. Okay. Game monkey. Game monkey. You monkey. Game monkey. Game monkey. Monkey most like play.
It doesn't help that you always call me Gamer Monkey as well because of my actual legit skills.
Which game monkey like this year? Monkey personal game.
Monkey personal game.
Yeah, monkey
Okay.
game game
Okay.
monkey game monkey play.
This
monkey
is like the time
favourite
great
game.
grandfather bought a chimpanzee back to the estate, and it like climbed up on top of the building.
Some would say they gave that chimpanzee a last name. Some would say you are descended from that chimpanzee.
Great grandfather gave it a last ride off the top of the chimney.
He gave it, if for some reason, for jokes, one drunken Christmas Eve, he gave the chimpanzee the Ponsonbury name. And he took a wife in the village. And several generations from now, you've ended up as a blood relation to me. It explains an awful lot. If you've ever seen Greystokes, that explains everything. Now tell me, Monkey See, Monkey Do, what your favourite game of this year?
Oh, that's putting me on the spot. I thought I was going to get a bit of build-up time.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Maybe put a couple up and we'll talk about it. I'll throw a couple on the fire.
Resident Evil Village,
Yes.
thoroughly enjoyed.
Very good.
Returnal.
Yes.
Hades, but I don't think that counts because we got it this year, whereas it was available on PC and I think Switch last year.
Yeah, well, that's why some games that I played got them the very end of last year, and they kind
Yeah.
of rolled into this year because
I think we'll allow personal choices if it came out in the last
that
couple of years.
case. Christmas time, I was playing Miles Morales. I thought that was a substantial game. I really enjoyed it. Forza Horizon 5, thoroughly enjoyed playing that. Flight Simulator, I don't think it's going to win any awards today, but was certainly a high point on the calendar of the last year. I think we all look forward to with sort of keen interest. Ratchet and Clank. And really, it's been a strange year for me, so not really that much.
It's been a very steady year of releases. I know a lot of people I've spoke to have said they're a little bit disappointed with, like, they've bought a PS5, shelled out this money, and doesn't seem like anything's come along that really they couldn't have already played on PS4. You'd have an hard argument saying, oh, well, have you tried Ratchet and Clank? Have you tried Returnal? It's like, well, and Demon Souls, they're quite niche games, really. Ratchet and Clank's probably the most universal appeal out of those, and even that isn't that popular.
No,
I'd argue they all really ought to have had a bigger heavy hitter this year for a release.
Again, have they pulled back on the gas because of supply issues? Have they decided to punt things down? Have they extended the PS4 window to enable people who can't get a PS5, because we need to be nice to everybody and fair play, who can't get one?
No, not fair play.
Okay, anyone who can't get one can still enjoy the big games. I feel now that we are a year in, and at this point in time, they need to shift focus. Is Horizon being a PS4 game? Is the next God of War being a PS4 game a mistake? Yeah, I think they're going to look like high-res PlayStation 4 games, like the games we've been playing. Not acceptable now. Let it go.
Yeah, brutal, but true.
I want to see a clear line of like, "Vumph, that's the line. There you go."
I think because you look at, like, we had the Game of the Year, Ghost of Tsushima, it looks so good on PS5. It looked good on PS4. Because the benchmark is really high anyway, it's almost like even a very high-end made for PS5 game. Like Demon Souls is probably the best looking game I've played on PS5. But next to that, I'd probably put Ghost of Tsushima or Death Stranding Director's Cut, because they were such good quality anyway.
Yeah.
It has been a strange year. It's come in dribs and drabs. The first year of new consoles is always a little bit like that, so we've got to take that into account and pile on top the COVID situation with the delays.
Quick question for you, chucking it out there. Forza Horizon 5, is that a big enough a swing and a hit at this time of year with the availability of the Series S, with the almost universal acceptance of understanding of what Games Pass is as a concept? Are Xbox going to score some real serious yardage this year?
Yeah, I think so. It'll be a big Christmas for them. You throw in Halo Infinite, which launches, I think, the 8th of December, the campaign. They've given the multiplayer out as free, which...
Physical copies out there in the wild?
From all accounts, is an excellent version of the multiplayer Halo game. I think that's a double whammy. They're going to sell some units with that. I think people are getting patient as well. If you can't get Series X or PS5, I'll just be like, oh, get Series S. It's cheaper. I can put the money I maybe I'd save for a £500 console and get 2 games, or get a year's subscription to Game Pass.
Right? Do you need the Xbox Series X if you've got a 1080p television?
No.
To be honest, no.
Yeah.
Right? If you own an Xbox and don't already have Games Pass, if you're transitioning from one of the Xbox Ones, you've already got Games Pass.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you haven't, then you probably need your head inspecting. An Xbox Series S then's a no-brainer.
One thing that really grates me is, just mentioning the TV there, is when these consoles got announced, it was like, great, we're going to get to play in 4K at 60 frames per second. Now, I know I'll go back and sort of listen to myself in older episodes and say I'm not fussed about all that. But when you've done it and then you try and go back, like we said about the 30 frames per second, no games that I'm aware of have been able to do both. You have to choose, and this is like meant to be high-end tech. When
This was the reason why
PC
we were
can play
making the step.
120 frames per second.
This is the reason why we're meant to be making the step, so we could get everything locked at 60, because everyone was like, oh, 30 is not enough anymore, and then we're going to have ray tracing, and we're going to have 4K, then we're going to have 3D surround and haptics
you can't
in
do
some
it.
regards. And
I don't know whether that's a developer issue or a console issue. I think it is a developer thing they might be struggling to...
Don't forget, on the boxes, the advertisers are doing 8K.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be a few years.
30 FPS, maybe 15, more likely 12. Anyway, so if I had to simmer it down personally to my game of the year, based on fun factor, based on stuff that I've seen, based on the fact that I've had an interesting year as far as sitting down and actually playing games, would have to be Forza Horizon 5.
Nice choice. You showed me a little bit of that. I was quite impressed. I've played others in the series, obviously, so kind of knew what I was getting into, but it looks bigger and better than ever. For me, I'm going to go for Resident Evil Village, or Resident Evil 8.
Okay.
It's the game that gave me the best sort of experience. I bought it, my brother came round and we played the opening couple of hours. Thought it was brilliant. It was like being very movie-like, but felt like the gameplay was good. Really enjoyed some of the bosses in that. The final, I won't say third, I'd say final quarter of the game is really good. It really ramps up the action. Kind of makes you feel more godlike, I suppose, in especially after playing more of a survival style. Terrifying game at times. Yeah, thoroughly recommend that to anyone who hasn't played it, especially if you're into horror genre of games.
Okay.
Honourable mention, Hades. Probably put the most hours into that because I just love doing runs on it. It's very addictive gameplay. Goes to show it doesn't have to be a big AAA graphical showcase.
And they could have scrimped and saved. For me, the music of that game is probably the best thing I've heard this year, I'll be honest.
Hades?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very nicely done. I like Deathloop I really enjoyed as well. It felt a bit flat once I'd finished it, but getting to the point where you do the perfect run and you assassinate everyone, it's a thoroughly entertaining game. Working out all there's so much on each run to discover and ways of shortening, and the way it all culminates at the end on that day where you do everything right. You're like, wow, that took so much planning and organising and getting everything to happen at that time. It was really genius, genius by the developers to get all that to just line up and get the idea to work, because it's quite complicated idea, but they put it into practice and did a great job.
Monkey like Deathloop.
Monkey like Deathloop.
Pick that because it had the most colour on resembling yellow, like your favourite fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the community sat on tenterhooks. Probably weren't really. Let's put it this way: the industry sat on tenterhooks while they heard what our. That's heavyweight. That is. You can put that on the box. Jordy's Game of the Year, Tom's Game of the Year, Unofficial Controller podcast. We've won a Poncy. All right.
If we do some stickers, we could take them down that shop in Sleaford. You know, like you get your little stickers on the box. So it's awards, like Game Awards.
Stick them on.
Yeah, we'll stick them on.
Stick them on.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see it's getting done for littering. Here we have the sealed envelope. First one, PlayStation Game of the Year.
Would you like me to
by the
read
community?
the nominees?
Let's open it up then. So, PlayStation Game of the Year. The nominees are
Returnal. Game of the Year edition goes to Tsushima, Ratchet and Clank, and Deathloop.
And the winner is Ratchet and Clank. Well, congratulations, Ratchet and Clank. That's absolutely wonderful.
Unfortunately,
next.
the developers of Ratchet and Clank can't join us, so...
No, they've put a restraining order on you, so they're not allowed. They're actually parked outside. They've been communicating me with the headlights.
Ah, right, okay.
So they're happy.
So Ray's going to nip down the
well,
the
no,
award.
at the end of the show, you're going to do a shop run
Oh,
to Lincoln. That's going to allow them to come in.
yeah.
And then once they're in, a bit like musical chairs, you can't come in
Okay.
because they've now occupied
What about
the space.
what about the meat for the freezer?
It's cold
I'll
enough.
take some ice packs.
It's cold enough. Just leave it at the back door.
Okay.
As long as the rats don't get it, we're all good. As long as the hunt don't come through, we're all good. Okay. Xbox Game of the Year. Sealed envelope. Let's have a look inside. The Xbox Game of the Year. Nominees are
Forza Horizon 5, Microsoft Flight Simulator, The Medium, Resident Evil 8 Village.
and the winner is people of extreme taste. It's Forza Horizon 5. Congratulations there for Xbox Game of the Year. Another nomination. This one is the Discord Community's Game of the Year. Let's have a look inside. Now the nominations are...
Forza Horizon 5,
Hang on,
Ratchet and
slow
Clank.
down. Rewind. We've got that carried away because it's nice to open up envelopes and read it out like we're at an award ceremony. We've not even savoured the fact that PlayStation Ratchet and Clank is that a deserved award? What the community voted for there?
I think it was a good game.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 5 winning the Xbox Game of the Year.
From what I hear, yeah. Very well deserved.
And now the Discord Community's Game of the Year. The nominations are
Forza Horizon 5, Ratchet and Clank, The Medium, Resident Evil 8 Village.
and the winner is it's a clean sweep. Forza Horizon 5 wins Unofficial Controller Podcast Poncy Game of the Year. There's one last.
Did you manage to secure a supercar in return for them getting Game of the Year?
I was meant to be taken to Silverstone and giving laps in a McLaren Senna, but unfortunately they rang me today and said, "What with the Unicron virus coming down from Cybertron, there's no Silverstone anymore. It's all cancelled. COVID." I said, I don't think the restrictions. Let's just let it go. Just let it go. I did get a Matchbox. It was a Forza Horizon 4 commemorative tie-in Matchbox Hot Wheels car that they must have had in their drawer, which they sent to me. So I'm very grateful for that. They said it equated to the same monetary value as the Silverstone trip.
Oh, really? Must be a collector's item.
Yeah, it's already lost. So we also taken the time to celebrate the Discord. So we asked you all to vote. So this is exciting because it's all been done secret ballot. Secret ballot. We came in, cleaned it, you never knew. Some would say that's a rubbish ballot. If it's a secret ballot and you don't notice it's been done, imagine what I've seen now. This is how we're going to get the Ponsonbury Air fortune back. We're going to do secret car valets. So secret you never know we're even there. I.e., we don't go, but we charge people £40.
Sounds hooky to me.
Like one of them red letter card days things.
Yeah.
You know, how many of them were never cashed in because someone was like, well, I don't like gliding.
Tell boy.
I don't drink wine. And I don't want to go to the races. And the spa day sits in the
I'd
drawing
have
board.
to have a spa day. We should build one at the manor.
No, I don't want one of those shops with the Christmas tree outside, people traipsing in for overpriced goods. I'm selling hair grips and combs at the door, lottery tickets. I don't want a spa. Why people would want to book a day at that shop, I do not know.
Farmington is getting another shop though, isn't
A
it?
spa?
I don't believe it's confirmed it's a spa yet, but
If it's a Tesco's, there's hell on. If it's Co-op, Leeds, not Lincolnshire, there's hell on.
you know where the cooperative name comes from?
I'm going to let you tell me.
Came from the fact that they wanted to cooperate with local produce. So farmers doing local produce, bakers, candlestick makers.
Are you sure it's not a cooperative as in you, the people that buy there, are able to earn rewards back and bid on who is because you do get to vote if you're a club card member or whatever it's called, divvy card, on the board, and therefore you're part of a cooperative. So you shop there and the prices are discounted. Okay, mate.
It is honestly to do with being cooperative within the community.
They were on the edge of their seat. Okay, everyone's fallen off the chair with a dead backside. Okay, they're lying there, wondering if they're paralysed from the waist down. They've got pins and needles, but they don't know if they can feel their own toes. Let's break it down to them. The Discord User Award. We wanted to find out who was among the community who thought they'd gone the extra mile this year. And to be honest with you, these names kept coming up. There were other names getting a smaller amount of votes, but these are the people that were collected together with the highest amount of votes. Everyone had different reasons for putting these names forward. What I would say is thank you to each and every one of you that voted, each and every one of you that's involved, and to anyone that was lucky enough to get on the Discord User Award nominations. Congratulations. Being nominated is almost as good as winning, except you don't get a fake Poncy. So it's practically the same as not winning, whatever. Okay, either which way, we're grateful. Tom, I've never seen looking so grateful in all his life. He's down on his hands and knees. He's begging like Oliver Twist. We're heading into Christmas. Got to put a twist on it. Discord User Award without any further pontification. The nominees are
Retro Gamer Thomas, Bobby, aka Chronicles of a Gamer, Boba Loba, Bada Bing Insta,
Bada Bingster.
and also Timothy Steelmonger.
Okay, I don't know how that little cretin crept in at the end there, but he's not welcome here. The winner is Retro Gamer Thomas. Now, his name was put forward on numerous occasions, but mainly for running the monthly play-along game, where a game's voted on, picked. RGT is very hands-on with that. Must say thank you to Bo Blober as well. Bada Binksa for being the finest Italian stallion I've ever seen in my life. And Chronicles of a Gamer, to which, and I stand by this, if it wasn't for him doing the super sub, I honestly believe there'd be no show.
Got no fans.
We've got no show without Bobby. Stepped in, rose to the task. What more can I say? The Poncies. One would say that's the Poncies wrapped up in a small parcel. Anything you want to say to close out? Maybe something rousing to the community. No. He's on edge, and you look at him like a rabbit in headlights. Well, if you can't count on Tom to close out, who can you count on? Well, I guess it's me. Might as well do a one-man show with a couple of sound effects of you from Series 1 and what you turned up for.
That's what I'm aiming for. like CGI me in, like Mark Hamill's face.
If only we had more time. Anyway, no need to CGI in excitement here. I thought that was a thoroughly worthwhile example. We've normally sat here and argued backwards and forwards and had people's comments in, and then, you know what? We blew it, really. But, it was a one shot and done. We did the nominations. We didn't milk it as well as we could have. I blame you. Although I should take some responsibility.
Monkey see, monkey time.
No, monkey reads. Just monkey no. Don't read yet, monkey, okay? Anyway, let's wrap this up. So that's the Poncies. Hopefully next year we can make a little bit more of it and make it slightly bigger.
It's the first one. The first Game Awards were very mediocre. Now they're slightly above average.
Well, we want to try. Now we've worked out how to do it and keep it a surprise and wrap everything together. I think next time we do this, the Poncies 2 will be... My understanding of how we're going to execute will be a lot
I would
better.
like us to get the winners, especially the community stuff, on like a Zoom call. And they can just speak a little bit. Like a proper acceptance speech, so people can be working on them. Working on their acceptance speech. And we can cut to them.
You know when I talk
cut to the ones who don't win.
I talk pre-show about how you'd hyped it back in the day? What you're doing right now is you're hyping it like it was back in the day.
The enthusiasm is gone. I'm just here for me.
Much like Soul
I'm here.
Next year, Tom promises he's going to host a Zoom call live with the winner.
You're
host
hosting
a Zoom call live with the studios that have won the awards. If they don't want to accept, that's fine. We'll just accept on their behalf.
What we do, we just let it ring, and then if they don't answer, the community looks at them like they are nothing. So it damages them. So it's better for them to answer the call.
I would love to try and get Xbox on the phone, so let's see if they'd want to answer.
I've got an inside contact at Microsoft, actually. No BS. Actually, no BS.
We're 125 shows in. You smash your chest like Monkey. Monkey knows someone Xbox. Monkey no. Have we had an insider chat with someone from Xbox to this point?
I have tried to work on it, but he's elusive. Don't think he'd want to come on and talk.
Anyway, let's
Where do you
wrap up
think
the
to get the
Ponzi.
rumours from?
Oh my God, please kill me now. You're an absolute loose cannon. I think we need to have you sedated next time you come on air. The Poncies. Everyone that's been involved, thank you. Now we know how to do it properly. Going forward, we'll have a full-on Poncies too. Maybe we could even do that.
We'll have more categories as well.
We will. So we might have a run-up to that. We'll have a voting on the categories.
Best Stingray's boot pickup category.
That would involve you bringing back listener Stingray.
No, because we could just look at... People still submit, don't they?
Why would they? You killed that part of the show.
Ah, they must still submit because it's got the hashtag.
You pulled his head back.
The hashtag
and you
lives
slit
forever.
its throat in front of an assembled primary school. Okay? That's not how you teach Cub Scouts.
I had to go full.
Can I please wrap up the Poncies?
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone involved. What are you going to say?
Nothing. I was just piquing the excitement for the next one next year.
Do it now. Do the hype thing.
I've done it. I've just been coming up with ideas off the fly there.
Right. Brilliant.
Probably should have done those this week.
That's exactly what You got to love the guy. Anyway, the Poncies. I'd say that's probably a line drawn at this point. We started strong, and I feel we're now backlog of shame. If that doesn't get at least 6 listens this week, we're done. Listen, he got your memo about how big the Poncies were going to be, but he didn't get your second memo where you faxed him about your excitement levels, and they're at least below 4% right now. But Ray didn't get the memo about your excitement levels dropping, so he went out and got himself 400 replica Poncies. Okay? Luckily for us, the Oscars managed to make a success of the golden statue. Therefore, we can piggyback off that and offer ours for half the price.
Ours are done by genuine green wood carvers.
They're made out of metal.
Environmentally friendly.
So I have no idea why you've done that. That's what the Ray's gone off.
No, they're wood. The originals. Back from great-grandfather's days.
Okay, well, Ray didn't get that memo either.
Oh, it's a disappointment.
So we've got metal ones. Sadly, he wasn't able to get the actual Oscar statue So he took one of Wayne Ray's, God bless Wayne Ray's, dead Wayne Ray, one of his small Kenner action figures, and he had that sort of customised. He sort of hacked the face up to make it squarer, and they just cast a mould off that. Okay. He broke into the village hall. We all knew it was Ray. We knew it was Ray, but we said nothing because he had a plan. He got all the different outdoor lawn bowling trophies down from the top shelf, and he melted them at Timmy's Forge. No, he's a blacksmith. Brian's Forge. Okay. He melted them down. He got lucky. Some of them were plastic, some of them were metal, so they retained some element of gold. He then poured it into... Well, he basically pushed that Kenner figure into some Play-Doh. And then to be fair,
then poured molten steel into the Play-Doh.
It was gold.
Real gold.
Molten plastic, metal, gold combination. To be honest with you, Ray blacked out for 2 days of the combination of the fumes. We've spent longer talking about Ray's blackout at Brian the Blacksmith's than we did about the Poncies. Question? Law heavy episode. That's our excuse. It's time for a peek in what we eventually call Stingray's boot, whilst nestled between some counterfeit nappies. A dodgy couple with Battle Friend all this week. These are new release highlights for the week November 29th to December 5th, 2021. Listeners, these are out digital, physical, or will be by the time this podcast is in your feed, but could be region dependent. Springs break. Wow. Whoa. Question. The community have written in questions at unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com. They emailed, okay? They said, tell Tom, unless we revert back to it being called a mummy, we will be upset. Okay. You keep calling Game of the Week. You want to be a serious, journalist. Mummy, mumsy, mummy. That's got a ring to it. They like it. They want it back.
Okay.
They also want listener Stingray back.
No.
There's a groundswell.
Got to draw a line somewhere. That's been buried.
My God, King, your hand just punched clean through the dirt. My God, it's listener Stingray. What does this mean? Lightning strikes the tombstone. Okay.
God, JR.
Who was that?
I don't know. Terry Runnels.
Fine. Century Ages
Gold
of
Dust.
Ashes on the PC, December 2nd. Century Age of Ashes is a free-to-play multiplayer dragon battle game. Sounds like Lair.
I thought it was to do with cricket.
Don't worry.
Read that title again.
It's a dragon battle game. Age of Ashes. I see what you're saying. Don't go with it.
Century Age of Ashes.
Oh my God.
Brian Lara resurrected from the ashes.
Master a growing roster of classes and dragons, compete in intense arena battles and rule the skies in fast-paced aerial combats. That's not my mummy.
My mummy this week is Solar Ash on the PC, PS5 and PS4, December 2nd. Solar Ash is a second game from the Heart Machina, the studio led by director Alex Preston and the creators of the award-winning 2018 game Hyper Light Drifter. I've not seen anything about that game. It's launching this week. I thought they were building that up a little bit.
Don't you worry. It'll find its place in the marketplace. Yes. Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector. It's on the Xbox series of consoles, PS4 and Xbox One. December 2nd. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Experience every bone-rattling explosion and soul-crushing charge in Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector, the definitive battle-scale game of turn-based action, strategy, fast-paced combat that takes you to the battlefields. The 41st millennium.
Disney's Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition Switch, December 3rd. Oh, that just sounds dreadful.
Your Toddler would love that game, right? Your Toddler would love that game. When your Toddler's a little bit older, they'll listen to this show and they'll get to this bit and they'll be like, why ain't Daddy reading out the games that I like?
He wants Peppa Pig.
Why ain't Daddy reading out the things I like? And your Toddler, he will...
He wants Lego Medieval Blacksmith for Christmas.
I'm going to ask the boy directly what he would actually like, and I guarantee you it isn't that.
Oh, that's a shame.
What the blurb?
I'm not reading.
Your Toddler. Immerse yourself in a world magic in Disney Magical World Kingdom 2. You've even absolutely thrown me under the bus here. Happy Happy's Humble Burger Farm, PC, PS5, Xbox Series of Console, PS4 and Xbox One, December 3rd. Congrats, you're hired. Serve customers, maintain Happy's Humble Burger Farm restaurant alone on the overnight, but be careful, things fall apart if you mess up. After work, head home and keep your eyes open for a way to escape the barnyard buds and their fast food fever dream. Unreal Life on the Switch, December 3rd. I deserve a short readout. I'm taking this. And now for today's story. That is the official readout. My mummy, you chose Solar Ash.
That is slim pickings, isn't it?
I'm picking Unreal Life on the Switch. It's an interesting little visual novel thing by the look of it, so there you go. What's your VHS pick?
Wheel of Time, the new fantasy series, available on Amazon Prime UK and also VHS. It's quite good.
Okay, I picked JFK with Kevin Costner.
Oh, no! There's a film called The War with Kevin Costner, which is his best film, and it's very... Well, it's not his best film, it's one of the best films he's in.
Please, may I pick the film I want to pick? Maybe you could say the one that you think I should pick as your mummy.
No, you have to have that one.
Okay, what do I need to have as my mummy?
The War with Kevin Costner.
So I'd like The War with Kevin Costner.
Excellent.
Possibly his best film.
Monkey say, other monkey do.
Monkey can't wait to watch that. With that, he's gone, much like the ever-waning, yes, everything.
I think I've picked The War before. I always forget about it because it's like a very...
I try my hardest to make sure I run through the catalogue of 125 choices I've had to this point and never retread over God ground.
Oh, really?
Watch my inbox get swollen. Technically, George, you picked JFK episode 8.
Yeah. I don't think you've ever picked that before.
No. Never.
What's your favourite Kevin Costner film?
Waterworld.
Oh, I think I've asked you that before. Terrible choice. Of all the films you could have. He's better in Man of Steel.
Problem is, with modern social media and everything, people aren't allowed their own opinion. All right? If someone says they like Waterworld, someone's got to come along and tell them they're not allowed to like that because that's not his best film.
I'm not saying you're not allowed to. I'm saying it's a bad choice.
No, it's my choice.
It's a bad choice because it's a terrible film.
You're not allowed to like what you like. You have to like what I like. I don't think you chose to leave social media. I think social media chose to leave you. Much like your exit from social media, Ray is definitely gone. He didn't want to hang around. Pops, wow.
He's gone.
He has.
Like dust in the wind.
Which leaves me a question to you. What, pray tell, are you hoping to play?
I don't know. I just find it a bit boring at the minute. Nothing really that exciting, is there, to play? I know people are going to moan at me. There's loads out there, but I just can't get hyped for anything.
Do you know what I think the answer for you is?
Have a break. Have a break.
No, I genuinely believe this is the answer. And I genuinely believe this. I think you need to just pause, enjoy Christmas, reassess your situation in January, and start saving for a Series S.
No, because next year I've got Elden Ring, and that will keep me going for a long time. There's a lot out next year. It's just the end of this year's dragging a bit. I'm like, oh, gaming wise, can we just get to like this stuff next year? Not trying to be a downer. It's just the bigger titles are now February onwards for me. So
okay, so what are you hoping to play?
Overwatch.
He's just being absolutely vile today, listeners. I don't know what to say. Last week he was angry. This week he's I don't know.
Should I try Ghostbusters video game?
Oh my God, no! It's far too retro for you. I think I played it last on PS3.
I will try and finish Kenner.
I last played it on PS3, and I thought on there it was great. I would say jazzed up a little bit and moved to PS4, which would equally then be upgraded again somehow. Maybe SSD speeds, load speeds have been reduced. It's on PS5. Would I recommend it to anybody else? I would heartily recommend it. To you, drunk off Ghostbusters nostalgia, trying to force feed it down your kid's throat like foie gras, I would. But if Kenna felt like an old game, that will feel like a dinosaur. Imagine a cover-based shooter of average quality from the mid-aughts, mid to late aughts. No, the tweens.
No, then.
Yeah. Anyone else, I would probably say give it a go. But for you, unless the barrier to entry is less than £10, I would say you might not like it.
I might try Solar Ash, depending on what gets said about that. Have a final look at I presume they'll do a launch trailer. I can't see it getting delayed again because it literally is out in a couple of days. So I did like the look of it when I saw it. That's why I've kept my eye on it. But yeah, I'll try and finish Kenna. Battlefield might get traded. Well, not traded, but returned. Because it still plays up when I try to log into the email nonsense.
Oh, no. You're going to try and return it. It's not going to go very well. And you're going to get angry and you're going to stab someone again, aren't you?
Why will it not go very well? I'm entitled to return it within 14 days.
If it doesn't work very well.
It doesn't. It's a shoddy software. It's a well-known fact. Like, it's a glitchy mess.
Okay. Do you know what I'm going to play?
Have you tried the update, sir? No, I'm not connected to the internet.
Why have you bought an online internet-only multiplayer online game?
I thought it had campaign.
Maybe you're
It was a birthday gift, the old classic. I thought it was a birthday gift.
Mummy bought it, didn't understand internet. Mummy did, mummy bought, mummy made boo-boo. Maybe your best effort, and I know you've done this, the best effort you could do in this situation would be to send in Mumsy. Full protection mode. If they don't give me a return on this, Mumsy, it's because they personally want to hurt me. Send her in with a clockwork engine wound.
Bring out the doll and stuff and be like, the game made him touch himself here and here.
And that's all we have time for this week, listeners. As always, thank you for your time. We look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming. Remember, there's nothing wrong with being given the unofficial controller. It's what you do with it that counts. Tom, back up from me with the doll. I'll see you next week.
Bye.